going for more intervention. When I mean more intervention, that means more loans, which is also detrimental to us because we now increase our deficit. And then also the services that we do to these debts, the burden will increase. Honorable Minister, we have seen a lot of leakages in the use of government resources. A lot of money that are realized or collected as revenues. A lot of agencies do not remit those monies as at when due. I cannot believe that an agency will receive revenue of 2022 and is showing a receipt of collection in October 2023. So these leakages, I don't know what from the side of the executive, especially from the office of the Accountant General of the Federation, how these collections are made and how they issue receipts for these collections. Because the issuance of that receipts have created a room, in my own opinion, for misappropriation or for mismanagement of funds. Because if I'm a head of an agency and I can collect good amount of money and keep and not remit, then something is wrong somewhere. Is it from our laws or the financial regulations? And I feel this is a very good opportunity to ask Honorable Minister. We have a lot of payments, especially after meeting with the customs yesterday. We realized that there are quite a lot of shortfalls that we are having as a result of issuance of waivers. And we don't know who is issuing those waivers. Is it FIRS, is it NIPC, or is it Federal Ministry of Finance? There is also a project that is ongoing. If you look at the dailies today, they've captured it based on what the customs said yesterday about the e-custom. A committee like Committee on Finance will want to know what kind of agreement Nigeria is going into. What is the value of that contract that is going? How much are we expecting that by the time they deploy we'll be making? So that we don't go into signing agreements that have led, Nigeria have signed so many agreements that have led us to so many judgment debts. What are we going to do about that? We need to know what actual arrangement we have for the collection of excise duties, tariffs, and so forth. So I think these are cogent areas that we feel if the minister can shed some light to us, and also the area of foreign loans that we're going to use, which is part of the meeting we are going to hold now. But the Finance Committee will also want to know, so that because we are now preparing our MTEP report, so that our MTEP report will also go in line with the aspiration of the present administration. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, distinguished senators. As you know, I have with me Chairman FIRS and I have with me DG, DMO. We thank you for this opportunity. We thank you for this interaction and indeed this partnership. Clearly, in the environment that we have now, both internationally as well as nationally, we are in no position to rely on borrowing. We have an existing borrowing program, and as distinguished Senator Abiru has said, our attempt and our direction of travel is to reduce reliance on borrowing, reduce the quantum, and the percentage of deficit financing in the 2024 budget. Simply put, internationally, there is focus among the rich countries on bringing down the inflation rate to stabilize their economies and give them an opportunity for investment and growth. But they are sacrificing that immediate growth for contracting their economies, or at least contracting their money supplies and pushing up their interest rates. And of course, high interest rates and investment don't go together. What it means is that what is left or access to those funds are expensive. Mm-hmm. So it's the last thing that we want to rely on. And as you know, you have all the figures. Our debt servicing, pushing 98% of revenue, government revenue. The last thing you can think of is to pile on even more debt. And as you have just rightly said, what is the answer? The number one answer is revenue. Mm-hmm. Government needs to not just maintain its activity, it needs to spend more. So government needs even more. If you look at government spending, if you look at the budget as a percentage of GDP, ours is one of the lowest, maybe around 10%. Even Ghana is at 25%. The rich world, they're at 50%. The very, very rich countries and perhaps the most advanced in terms of the social safety net and the social security system are at 70% of GDP government spending. So definitely we need to increase. The number one source of revenue, especially in the short term, but even in the medium term, is oil revenue. Mm-hmm. You distinguished senators, are we still on closed or open session?
Okay, I think